So we start our journey at the absolute boiling point. Picture this. The creator in our source material is just trying to record a simple video, but their current OS flat out refuses to recognize their Fifine microphone. It's one of those everyday hardware failures that just drives you crazy, right? This quote perfectly captures that exact breaking point. They don't want to spend hours Googling terminal commands or figuring out what randomly broke overnight. They just want to hit record. And that frustration leads to the ultimate decision to completely wipe the system and switch to Mint.
It's really a night and day contrast between the chaos of a broken setup and the promise of Linux Mint. On the left, you've got the current reality: missing audio devices, massive stress, and just totally wasted productivity. But on the right, you have the whole Linux Mint philosophy. It's an OS built for people who don't want to constantly tinker and configure things. They just want a fast, beginner-friendly machine that gets out of its own way so they can actually get to work.
Here's a quick roadmap for this explainer. We're going to hit the boiling point, gathering the tools, the boot process, configuring the setup, and then we'll wrap it all up with system success. Starting off with Section 1, the boiling point, tech frustration and the decision to switch.
Every great tech journey starts with a catalyst, you know? And honestly, sometimes the absolute best fix for a persistent bug is just a totally clean slate. The key takeaway here is that everyday hardware failures really shouldn't block simple, basic tasks. Our creator just wanted their audio to show up in their recording software. It's a great reminder that while tinkering is fun, most of us just need our tech to reliably function. When it doesn't, nuking it and grabbing a highly stable distro like Linux Mint is often your best bet.
Moving right along to Section 2, gathering the tools, ISO downloads, and bootable USBs.
Okay, prep time. And honestly, this preparation phase is way simpler than people think. You just tackle it in 3 straightforward steps. First, hit up the Linux Mint website and download the XFCE version. In this case, they used a super fast Brazil mirror. Now, XCFE is a great choice because it's lightweight, perfect for older hardware, but still totally customizable later on. Next, grab a blank 8GB USB drive. Finally, use an awesome tool called Ventoy. Ventoy is a total game changer for making bootable USBs because you literally just drag and drop the ISO file right onto the drive. Easy.
But listen, even with the software perfectly prepped, we immediately run into a universally relatable struggle, trying to find an open USB port. The creator actually had to test multiple drives, even considering a 128GB backup drive, and eventually had to unplug their own headphones just to find an empty slot on the tower and hear that sweet, satisfying hardware connection chime. Physical hardware can absolutely still be the biggest hurdle in a digital install.
Up next is Section 3, the boot process, booting up and running the installer.
So, with the USB securely plugged in, you restart the machine and tell the motherboard to boot from our new Ventoy drive instead of the main hard drive. This part always kind of feels like hacker magic, right? But it's actually super simple. If you're like most of us and can never remember the exact boot key for your specific motherboard, you can totally borrow this hilarious workaround. Just mash F8, F10, and F12 all at the same time until the boot menu finally pops up. Once you're in, you use the arrow keys to pick your USB, a Kingston data traveler here which launches the Ventoy menu. Then you just select the Linux Mint ISO you downloaded and boom, you're in the live environment.
All right, Section 4, configuring the setup. The tricky part made easy.
Let's dive into the actual graphical installer and see how this builds into a real, functioning OS. Once that desktop loads up, you click the Install Linux Mint icon, and the choices are just incredibly straightforward. Select English, skip the Wi-Fi in favor of plugging in a physical RJ45 Ethernet cable so the connection is rock solid. Definitely check the box to install multimedia codecs. Trust me, that is a huge time saver for playing audio and video right out of the gate. And finally, set your time zone, which is São Paulo in this case.
Now here's where we hit the one slightly tricky bit, telling Linux Mint exactly where to install itself on the NVMe storage drive. The creator is doing a dual boot setup because they want to keep Windows, which means a quick detour into a program called Gparted. Don't worry, Gparted is simply a visual app built directly into Mint that lets you easily view and manage your hard drive partitions.
So here's exactly how they use Gparted to solve the problem. The goal? Installing alongside Windows. The obstacle? That old, frustrating Linux OS is still hogging space. The action is brilliant. They just use Gparted to delete the specific partitions belonging to that old OS. The result is a nice, clean chunk of unallocated space. With that space freed up, they hop back to the Mint installer and can safely choose the Install Alongside Windows option, letting the installer do all the heavy lifting automatically. Super clever, right?
With the partitioning completely out of the way, setting up the local account is totally effortless. They input the name Marcos, set the computer name to Gparted, choose the username Flow, and lock it down with a secure password. What's actually pretty funny is that they mentioned doing all of this while fighting off a cold, basically using the setup as the perfect excuse to avoid a rainy trip to the gym. It just goes to show how low effort and automated a modern Linux installation really is.
Finally, Section 5, System Success, a working system in record time.
And just like that, the progress bar finishes up and we hit the triumphant payoff. From launching the setup to completion, the entire installation finished in under 10 minutes. 10 minutes! That just illustrates how wildly fast and efficient the Linux Mint installer is. We're not talking about wasting a whole afternoon here. It barely took the time it takes to brew a cup of coffee. To finalize the whole shebang, there's just a quick little sequence. You hit restart, physically yank the USB drive out when the screen tells you to, and let it boot. You'll immediately see the grub menu. That's the bootloader screen, and it perfectly displays both Linux Mint and Windows, proving that our Gparted dual boot setup worked totally flawlessly. Hitting enter on Linux Mint boots you right into a beautiful, fully working desktop.
The second you log in, bam, the Linux Mint welcome screen pops up. This screen is absolutely fantastic for beginners because it gives you direct shortcuts to all the essentials. You can instantly customize your desktop colors, set up system snapshots using time shifts so you have safe backups, launch the Update Manager, and, most importantly for our creator, open the Driver Manager to make absolutely sure that stubborn Fifine microphone actually works right out of the box.
And with that, the creator successfully wraps up this incredibly smooth install just in time to go grab dinner at 8:12 p.m. with a working mic finally guaranteed for all their future videos. It's a massive win. So after seeing firsthand how quick and painless it is to wipe out a frustrating system and get something fresh running, I gotta ask, what is the very first thing you would customize on your brand new Linux Mint desktop? Think about it.